Hello, everybody. We are apparently live already, except on Facebook. So let's reconnect here. We are streaming on YouTube and Twitch. I have to confess that I never used Twitch, but a friend of mine suggested that I open an account channel there. So I did. Who knows? Maybe you'll teach me about Twitch. And in any case, we are about 10 minutes till the beginning of the BBO weekly free tournament. There's a cat meowing at my feet, not shoving it away. And what else? Let me try to do what those sports commentators do when they are filling in the blanks. And talk about the many different bridge related activities that I have already in place and some that are still in an embryonic stage. So perhaps let me share the screen here. Perhaps it's easiest if I simply go to the bridgeexperts.com, which is the website, and click on the Bridge Fellowship. You see the whole gamut of services. So you're free to browse this at your own leisure later. But basically what I'm doing right now is, as of this past a year, something like that, pretty much, is the Bridge Academy, which is a platform for storing videos. And some of these videos I post on the Facebook group. So you may have seen one of them. The Bridge Can Be Easy course, which is my most prized teaching resource. I'm really a big fan of that. And video analysis of tournaments of yours. This is Marcelo Branco, is my partner in Portuguese lessons, and I'm very happy to have him in the team. You probably know about him. If you don't, Google Marcelo Branco. And what else? Let's give a peek of the Bridge Academy. .locos.com. Let's log in here. I'm in a different browser, that's why I'm not. This should be automatic. Right, so let me I use the Chrome, mostly Google Chrome. And so let us share this little thing here. We go to the Bridge Academy. And as you can see here, lots of videos. So the earliest ones are from June last year. So pretty much as I expected, 1 year, almost to the dot, of Bridge Academy videos. And so also I invite you to browse it, to look at it, to see these resources will help your bridge. And some of these posts are sorted by most recent. Some of these videos here are open to all, free of charge, and some others are for supporters only. And so there is no criteria is basically alternate, on and off. So it's one on, one off. About 50% of the most recent videos, therefore, are free for everybody to watch. And let's open BBO. We're getting closer to game time. So if you haven't tried it yet, you should give it a try. The Bridge Base Online weekly free instant tournament. That is, before we go there, let me just point you to this guest column by Chris Willenkin. And this is a very good column. So read it, and it's very much in sync with my teaching philosophy at the Bridge Can Be Easier course, as those of you who have enrolled know very well. I am very reluctant to discuss conventions and to basically endorse any convention for a player who doesn't have an established partnership and doesn't have goals of competing in the higher levels of the game. So for the vast majority of players, there's too much emphasis on convention and systems and too little emphasis on the basics, counting and bidding judgment, hand evaluation, things like that. Anyway, sorry about the Portuguese language. I apologize every week, and BBO hasn't still been able to switch my bridge base to English, or more importantly, to allow the cards to appear as in an English deck with a king being shown by a K. I can try. Let me try here. Now, this won't help, but let's try. Let's see if I switch it to this. No, same thing. Anyway, so let's move on. Let's begin. This is, I was explaining this tournament for those who haven't tried it yet. It's 8 boards played against robots, match points, as you can see here. And this tournament is updated every Friday. And so it stays the same deals throughout the week. If you haven't played it yet, you can do it. And I suggest you do it before watching the video. I think it's more valuable. But you can always watch the video first and then try your hand. Of course, you know the cards. But the ideal is for you to play first and then watch the video. And so these deals have been available since last Friday. It's updated every Friday. So here we are with a very powerful hand, 17 high card points, 6-4, 6 solid clubs. So it's important when we're discussing hand evaluation to notice that this jack of clubs is a pearl of great price compared to any other jack. So if you just focus on high card points, 17, you can exchange the jack of clubs with the jack of spades or the jack of diamonds, or heaven forfend, the jack of hearts, singleton. But obviously the fact that this jack is in clubs means that the hand is much better than those other possible hands. So we have very, very good hand here. So good that the simple overcall is uncomfortable. However, it is still the best bid because doubling risks partner. When we double, we are inviting partner's opinion about the possible strain, the possible trump suit. And he almost certainly has a very strong opinion in favor of hearts. Almost certainly. Sometimes West has a bunch of hearts. But if the hearts are divided roughly equally among the other 3 players, partner will insist on hearts. And we don't want that. And so summing up, it's very risky and usually bad strategy to double shortness in the unbid major. And so there's nothing better than to just be the simple three clubs and acknowledge that preempts work. And so hope that the auction will not die when we have a game. Sometimes it will die, and that's the right spot. Three clubs is our final contract, and we don't regret it. Now we can make a further effort showing high card strength. My suggestion here is always perhaps a little bit too biased by the setting, but the imp setting, that's what I prefer the most. But my suggestion is always 3 no trumps in this kind of situation, hoping that partner will have a few bits here and there. The ace of diamonds is all we need. Well, he didn't have it, and so we're almost certainly going down 2. But when you consider that they were 3 spades, first of all, in 4 clubs, you wouldn't have much more success. And in 3 spades, they may be making 3 spades. Depends on how many clubs will survive and whether the queen of diamonds is ace queen on West or not. We'll see. Anyway, here our count of tricks is basically 6 club tricks and a spade 7. We may be able to establish 2 diamonds to get to 9, but of course they will run many tricks before we do that. If we were playing in clubs, we would go down. We would go down 1, apparently, losing 2 diamonds, a heart, and a spade. Apparently, East has king, queen of spades. I will duck, just because there's nothing better to do. And here, it's about running our clubs and then leading something. Let's see. Clubs were 4-2. Discarded. Oh, 3-2, sorry. Then we had 2. It's a boring hand to play. There's very little chance of them doing anything silly. Now a spade. And they have enough tricks to defeat us down to, as expected. Not a phenomenal board to begin the tournament with. But they might have made 3 spades. Depends on whether they would duck the heart lead or not, or the heart switch, ace of clubs, king of clubs, and heart switch. If they didn't duck, then they will make it. But if they ducked, they might lose a heart king and a heart ruff. Anyway, water under the bridge. Board number 2, we have 16 high card points. This is a bad 16. Of course, 5 cards suit in spades is good, but no aces, singleton king. The spots, the 10s, the 2 10s, 10s of spades and 10s of diamonds are good news, but it's a bad 16, bad 16. And I'm torn between 1 spade and 1 no trump here, because the singleton king of clubs, I know many people would not consider opening 1 no trumps with a singleton king, but this is a very no trumpish hand. That said, I hate to miss spades when I have a fit. And so I will risk 1 spade without much confidence. Now I know that we almost certainly don't have a spade fit. I wouldn't know that if I had opened 1 no trump. Partner would have raised with 3. And so let us just pass. We have nothing better to do at this point. And let's defend 3 clubs. Emi has a good hand, and 2 hearts is a strange bid, but he has a tough hand to bid. That said, as I play, 2 hearts over 2 clubs is non-forcing. It's constructive. It's a reasonable hand, but non-forcing. And so it's very, very unlike what East is showing here. Anyway, we have 16 high-cut points and dummy has 9. Leave 25 for us, 15 for them. The robot should have a lot, the declare should have about 10 or 11 at least, leaving 5 at the most for partner. Call it an ace. Perhaps he can have an ace and a trump trick. Barely he might do that. Anyway, let's move on. So apparently declare has ace, queen, jack, 6th or 7th. Let's assume it's 6th, because if it's 7th, he already has 9 tricks, 7 clubs and 2 aces. I can dispose of my spade at this moment, I believe. I'm not that sure, but I believe that I have. Split this here. Interesting. Apparently, the king of diamonds is there. I want to make sure of what's going on in diamonds before. Declara certainly has 3 to the king, right? Because he wouldn't have decked the doubleton king. And so he can have 4 spades because partner would have 6 hearts. He can discard another spade. He has 7 clubs and 3 diamonds. And 9 tricks, therefore. Partner has 3 spades, so he can discard 1. Because he let the deuce. That's the reasoning. He can discard 1 now that dummy has discarded 1. Now who has the jack of spades? Well, the declare has only 1 heart, so can't believe partner has 4 spades. Declare has the jack of spades. Oh no, partner had 4. Well, the spades are gone. And we make the last trick with the jack of diamonds. But that was an interesting hand because partner had to, he might have raised us. The defense was interesting because that decision about discarding the spade at the end and the heart before when I assumed that the declarer had 1 spade and 2 hearts, or sorry, 1 heart and 2 spades because partner didn't raise with 4. But in effect, I might have cashed 1 spade before leading the diamond, the second diamond, to make sure what's going on. But we escaped the squeeze because partner defended the 10 of hearts. Anyway, next hand, 13 high card points in a balanced hand. Simple 1 club bet. Now, usually we should pass in this situation when we have a weak no trump kind of hand and we open and we have an opportunity to pass, we should pass. Unless we have, of course, support. I think the redouble here for them is support in diamonds, so I will do that. It's a terrible method, by the way. But, well, I have spoken my piece here. Interesting lead. Why is partner leading a trump? Why is partner leading a trump against his bidding friends? Well, the color is long in diamonds and spades. I can't believe partner has like 6 diamonds and let them play 2 spades. I would assume that the declarer has 4 diamonds, 5 spades, probably. Not certainly, but probably, since he rebid them. He may be competing with only 4, but that's not as easy. Anyway, the declarer is certainly shortish in clubs, so there's no club rough. there's no reason for me to not cash the king of clubs, I think, and help partner with the defense. Cash the king of clubs, and then lead a spade. Although that would, against a human player at least, make it easier for him to guess hearts if he has a singleton heart. And I showed ace king of clubs. That would be a bad idea. Let's just follow spades. Partner didn't duck, which he probably should. And now let's try to cash as many clubs as possible before they go away in any hard tricks in them. Now the declare will, if he has, well, he has two hearts. Okay. So now all that is left is for him to, he has 2 hearts and 2 clubs. He has 5-4. Yes, he has 5 spades, almost certainly. And so there's no mystery at this point. He either cross roughs or cashes the 8 of hearts. Both are different ways to get to 9 tricks. Yeah. 5-4. I don't think we could have done anything besides ducking the heart, which part I didn't. Okay. 13 high card points. This is against robots or humans. I think this is a simple 3-no trump. It showing little about my hand, which is always good. And now we have a decision to make in diamonds. If we were worried, if we have only 8 tricks, even if after we guess diamonds. So we'll have to get a heart trick or a club trick. Hearts are safer, but my main point here is that playing diamonds in such a fashion as to prevent East from gaining the lead to switch to clubs is a minor consideration here, very minor, because this would only be useful if West had the ace of clubs and the ace of hearts and no queen of diamonds and that singleton diamond, something like that. Because since I'll have to play hearts anyway, if the ace of hearts is in East, then I'll have to hope for the ace of clubs in East as well. So we might as well play to our best advantage in diamonds, but I don't know what that is. Playing only with the odds, we should cash ace and king. But this jack of spades is intriguing. What's going on with the spades? Declare West has a 10 and shouldn't have the 9. Robots have this proclivity to lead from not so long suits. They do that. I don't know why, but that's how they're built. But if he's not so long in spades, he might be not so long in diamonds either. He shouldn't have a singleton diamond. That's my concern here. If spades are roughly 4-3, which is apparently how they are breaking, West has had a 4 or 3. In neither case, he should have a singleton diamond. So East is the most likely one to hold a singleton diamond. But it is also a little bit unlikely, and I think against the odds that West is a doubleton diamond, because he might have chosen something else to lead. If he has, especially if he has 3 spades and 2 diamonds. I'm talking myself into finessing diamonds this way. I don't know if it makes any sense. Let's see what will happen. As expected. I'm talking myself into playing this jack. there's no upside if I get this decision wrong. There's no upside to in some hands there is an upside of if I get it wrong, then the cards are like this or the cards are like that, but I can see that here. I'll finesse the jack or not. I think I'll play with the field and play the ace with misgivings. See? Now, you would like to slip through a heart. Well, at least that increases the chances that the ace of clubs is on side, because Wes has already the ace of hearts and the queen of diamonds. So let's cash our diamonds and play a club up. We have at this point 7 tricks and the king of hearts is 8. We need the king of clubs for 9. Here it is. So we're home. Even if he can cash a spade, he can't. And let's run home with 9 tricks. Lucky escape after misguessing diamonds. Next case, 16 high card points, easy 1 club. We don't want the opponents to win this hard score so cheaply, non-vulnerable. But they're bidding our suit. The thought of bidding 2 clubs here vulnerable is terrible. I think I'll have to pass. And pass again. So let's defend 2 hearts. This is a tournament with lots of defensive hints. Well, it looks like a good decision for us. Interesting decision too, that the 8 is not covered by the jack. I don't know what's going on with these clubs. Why is Declare not playing the jack from dummy? Anyway, let's do our homework first. 8 high card points in dummy, 16, that's 24 for us. Declare I might have something around 9 or 10, leaving a few, 6 or 7 for partner. But clearly we would like to rough some diamonds, right? So the name of the game here is to establish our, we are the short side in hearts considering the defense. And so we want to establish diamond roughs, especially if Declare has a king. Even unblock this. No, it's no use. Play the jack. It was what I was contemplating, but I don't think it's really useful. So now let's see if partner can rough clubs. No. So now apparently our best shot is to cash a few spades. Glenn has a singleton spade and 2 diamonds and 2 clubs. And partner brilliantly hopped with the queen. That's astounding. That's sometimes the robots leave us really flabbergasted. Anyway, he made 9 tricks. Might have made 8 if I had underled a spade rather than try the second club. With a partner that signaled, I might have followed this little heart from him, but the robots don't signal. And so that's an interesting thing to consider and to discuss with your partner. He had queen 4-3-2 of hearts. If he doesn't ruff clubs, he should play 4-2, 4-3, something like that in the first 2 rounds of trumps. Anyway, here we are, 14, 5-3-3-2. And once again, I don't want to lose these spades. There's more justification for opening 1-0 trump with this one, but I think that it's actually too weak for it. I don't want to miss a game, so I'll have to. And we landed in 2 spades. I might have passed for no trumps, but 2 spades probably good enough. Bet 2 diamonds would have been even better, but I can't bid them. I surely can't bid my diamonds. Well, he's helped us with this hard switch, and so now the big question is whether we will be able to break the spades or not. Now we certainly have to discard this club loser here and hope that they are roughing with a trick. To go down 1. Let's see. Yeah, down 1. No, it wasn't a trick. Spades 3-3. And we are always hovering around 50% throughout this tournament. Not a lot of scope for it, except for that diamond guess in 3-0 trumps. Not a lot of scope for anything different here. So here we go with 11, but very nice 11. Certainly a 1 diamond opening bid. 6 cards, queen jack. Now we don't have enough to accept any invitation. Let's 2 diamonds. Yeah, luckily we didn't accept any invitation, but we will lose 2 hearts in the spade unless they make some mistake. No mistakes. Cashing their spade. All we have to do now is to ruff that heart and ruff with the 9 and draw trumps. No big deal. And final board. Final board, 18 high card points. Let's open with a minor. I like diamonds, but there's no big upside to either here. And jump in no trumps. This is 4-4, I believe. Yes. So we should just go back to no trumps. This lead, if it were honest, it would be from the king, but I don't know if it is honest with this robot. Certainly my first move will be to drive out the ace of spades, which will give me the expectation at least of 2 spades, 3 clubs, 3 hearts, and a diamond. Diamonds are my weak spot, but they don't know it. Maybe they won't find it. Let's see. We should play low here, but sometimes the king is singleton. No. And let's drive out that ace. Yeah. Ducking, which is good defense because that restricts my entries to dummy. Now, well, now what I should be doing is this. Since I still have my link to my hand, that's so hearts are 5-1. We still have to go to dummy. Now we can run the queen of clubs before cashing that jack of spades. And clubs are good now. West has got 2 diamonds. I don't think there's anything amazing going on with this ending. East has 5 hearts and 2 clubs to begin with. Should have something like 3 diamonds and 3 spades. So the best that I can do after cashing the jack of spades, he discarded a heart, so I can play a spade here to hope for a mistake, but they don't. These robots don't make mistakes at this kind of ending. But to play a spade, hope that West will win, and then he will do something silly. I don't think that will happen. Yeah, it's over. No more winners anywhere. Well, the 4th spade was with East. And an eventful tournament. As you can see by the scores, sometimes people have 70s and something like that, but 56, reasonable. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you next week. I don't know what day, probably on Sunday. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.